All right, guys, let's do this. What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio Countdown. Dude, it is so good to meet you, Jordan Adetunji. How are you, man?
I'm good. That was perfect.
So I was working on your name for like all last. I was like studying for a test, dude.
No, I love that. That's what I love to hear.
All right,
perfect.
you got. It's safe to say this last, I don't know, 6 months, year, been kind of wild.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
This
crazy.
song, yeah, this thing has been blowing up. Originally from London, if I got this right.
Yeah.
Then to Belfast, Ireland.
That's it.
Where is home? Where do you live at now?
I live in Northern Ireland.
What's it like? I've never ever been there. Dude.
It's very, very different.
In
Very,
what way?
Very different. I'm from a place called East Belfast. So East Belfast is like very, very different culture-wise. We have like a very, very big like kind of football culture and stuff like
Right.
that. So it's big into like sports, football, and like the Titanic was built there.
That's crazy to think.
Crazy, right?
Is there like a Titanic, not to get off on that, but is there a Titanic like museum and all that good stuff?
We got the Belfast Titanic Museum, and we got that. And that's like the building is like the shape of the Titanic, and it was like the same exact height and everything. Is like built exactly the same way.
I've got to visit this one of these days.
Yeah, you do. It's
all right,
crazy.
this countdown airs everywhere. Of course, we're sitting in Burbank, California, L.A., basically. Have you ever like thought about like moving to the States, like New York or L.A.? Has that ever crossed your mind, or is
Definitely
it Belfast?
New York or LA. Definitely. Yeah, I thought it's a vibe, especially in LA. Like, this is my second time ever here, and it's a vibe.
What do you think? Is traffic same thing in Belfast like LA, or is it like
Nah, it's completely different. We don't really have no traffic. You know, the funny thing is, I think the thing that excites me the most about here is the weather. I like the sun.
it can get like, well, you know what? I like it too. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've been here forever, but it can get really hot at times. Like
But
Vegas
I love
hot.
that. Like, my background's Nigerian, so it's like it's hot in Nigeria. Nigeria is like hot.
Walk me through this. You made a snippet of a song inspired by Kehlani, and then of course it went viral, on TikTok like crazy. I've talked to so many artists about similar situations where you upload something on TikTok, you take a nap, you go to bed, whatever, and you kind of wake up, for lack of a better word, famous.
Yeah.
Did anything similar to that, or what was that experience like?
No, the funny thing is, I had a couple of those moments where it was nearly that,
Right.
but I would wait like a week or 2 weeks to drop it. And this is the first time I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish this song tomorrow and I'm going to drop it in like 2 days. Like 2 days, I'm just going to post it on all platforms and worry about everything else later. So I just posted it on and dropped it on like a Sunday. So I like snippeted it on like a Friday or Thursday. And yeah, she had commented on it. Kehlani did. And it just went everywhere. And then when she did a video to it, I was like, damn, that's crazy. She did like 2. And it's like midnight. So I think in like UK, it was like probably the middle of the night. So I didn't really see it. And then I seen it in the morning and I woke up. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
You make this song inspired by her, and she's right on it, right? God, did you think you would, did you make this song like, I don't know if you could, like deep in the back of your head where you're thinking, I wonder if I'll meet her,
Yeah.
And it happened, you know?
Yeah. It was kind of surreal. It's like I kind of like made it happen. Like in my brain, it's like this dream in your head. It just kind of happens in reality. It's kind of crazy.
It's kind of like extreme. I don't know if you believe in manifestation or not.
Oh, yeah.
But this is kind of like extreme. You made a song manifesting, and here it is.
It's happened.
Jordan, do you have any crazy fan encounters? I love not that your fans are crazy. They're beautiful, wonderful, lovely people, but sometimes people get a little extra,
Yeah.
Do you have a story like that?
The funny thing is, I remember I had a girl tell me one time that she wanted to take my blood and put it in a necklace. That was probably the craziest thing I've heard. Yeah, that's crazy.
What'd you do? Did you give her some blood and put it in the necklace?
I didn't do that, but I told her, oh, that's really sweet. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
How serious? What did she show up with, like a syringe or a knife? Or
she didn't, but she just told me that she wanted to do that, and like if I'm up to it, and I was just like, yeah.
How about no?
Vampire Diaries, I get it.
Security. Of course, talking about Kehlani, the song inspired by Kehlani. When did you first meet her, and how did that whole thing go? Because I would imagine if I'm in her shoes and this guy makes a song about me, that's pretty flattering. That's kind of wild.
Yeah. No, I'm happy she took it that way. I can't lie.
Of course.
Yeah. Because that's what the intention was. And I first met her in London Coco. She was doing like an album launch.
And she brought. I saw her bring you on stage, something like that. Right?
She brought me out for that, and that was amazing because she was just how I imagined her to be, beautiful and just really, really, really like dope and just such a nice person. Yeah, so it was amazing.
I had a buddy that wrote a song. I don't know if you know Bryce Vine or not, but Bryce, he wrote a song called Drew Barrymore. And I don't think he ever got, I know she heard the song, but I don't think he had the same luck as you were, he got to meet her.
Yeah.
Jordan, I know you're traveling all over, performing Kehlani everywhere, but do you plan to have, or are you in talks to have like a full-on tour, launching soon, or what can you say on tour life?
I'm gonna definitely do that, but I just want to make sure that people understand my world. So firstly, I'm gonna drop some more music first,
Right.
Get the vibes out so people know where this is going and what my story is, and and then we'll definitely do some tours and stuff like that, and really everything will come together at the right time. Everything is about timing for me. So,
Do you enjoy tour or road life?
yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's very, very cool. I love to do it more around the world type of thing, like a global thing. So yeah.
I know everybody loves the stage, but there's a lot that goes with it, and your schedule becomes very regimented when you're on the road. Interview at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
I mean, do you like that part of it as well?
Yeah, I think I'll get used to it.
Hey, you just signed to 300 Entertainment, this big record deal. Congrats, What is it like when you sit and sign? Because that's, I assume, kind of, an artist's dream to got to sign the deal, I'm not sure where your head's at on that, but what is it like to sign this massive record deal?
I think for me, it just had to make sense, and this one made sense. Kevin flew out to London. I met him in London, and we had a great conversation. It was just like, it made me understand where this is and where the belief comes from about me. We got a big record, which is always great, and everyone's excited about that. But it's what the
what
next
comes
step
after,
is.
yeah,
Exactly, and that's where my head's at. So I want to see who's talking on that, and he was the first person to really talk about that. So,
nice.
Yeah, it was exciting.
And who was, when you actually, that moment when you signed, was it a digital sign? Was there an actual pen? Was somebody there with champagne, or was it just you alone in a room and digital?
I think it was a digital. I can't remember. I think it was digital, but. I was in London at the time. A lot was going on at the time, so it was exciting. But I went to the 300 party, and everything's they're like a big family. I kind of like that sort of setting, so it's cool.
Kehlani, this song, I mean, it's just blown up on you. Congrats on everything. The remix featuring Kehlani. What can you say about this track? How'd you get Kehlani on it? I'm sure it was pretty easy. She seems to love you.
Yeah.
Clearly. Give me the whole package here.
Yeah, I wanted to ask her to be on it for time. But I just wanted to make sure it's the right time and something that she wanted to do. And she actually hit me up and said, "Doc, where's the open verse?"
So it's her idea, kind of.
Yeah. And I loved it. I was like, oh my God. I was like, absolutely. Because she's the only one that made sense for a remix.
I mean, who could you? You can't put anybody else on it.
Exactly. And she killed it. Her verse is perfect. And I'm glad she really loves the song as well that much to, want to hop on it as well. So, which was amazing. It's a great opportunity. And yeah, and I'm glad it gives her flowers as well, and more of her shine. She just dropped a great album, so it's always great to see that.
Two-part question, sir. What do you consider your best live performance ever? I mean, everything was just about perfect. Then the complete flip. What do you consider your worst? Everything just went straight to absolute hell.
I think my best performance is probably I did one with my band, a headline show in London. That was dope. I'm glad because I got to do everything with the band properly, and it sounded great. So I was happy with that. My worst performance, I don't really think I've had really terrible ones, but there's one where my in-ears, I couldn't hear nothing, and then I nearly tripped on the stage as well. That was
the same show?
Yeah. All
God.
on the same show. So my in-ears weren't working, and then I tripped on the stage. But you know what? I carried on and I kept going. But at the same time, it was I think that's the worst thing that can happen at early stage. So I'm happy that it's happened already, so nothing else can really faze me. I could fall off the stage, do a tumble dive, and feel okay. And
it happens to everybody. It's how you get up is the thing. Exactly. I had one guy tell me, I won't say his name, but he told me he fell off the stage and the mic went into his throat. Ooh. Can you imagine that? He just, I said, well, what'd you do? He said, I just pulled the mic out and kept going. I'm like, oh, all right. Jordan, I saw you post about your great grandmother a little while back, and she is 110 years old.
Yeah.
Give me her secret. What is her secret, and what's the biggest thing? What's the lesson she's taught you? Because I'm guessing she's given you quite a bit.
She has. The crazy thing is because she doesn't speak any English. She just speaks no English. So it's I can understand what she's saying, but I can't speak fluent Nigerian as much back to her. But it's amazing because I do ask her, and then I ask my mom to translate what she said, and I asked her how are you alive for so long? And I asked her at such a young age. She probably was I can't even remember. She was probably 90 when I was I can't remember. I was mad young. So it's even that she was just that she eats good food and she likes Coca-Cola. That's the only thing that she likes.
No kidding.
Yeah, and chocolate. But I don't know. I think she was joking. I don't know if she was joking.
I
but
don't know.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I'm going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Oh my
Then
God.
she just started laughing. But I feel personally it's the environment that she lives in. She lives a very minimalist life. She doesn't want to really change that. She still lives the same. She lives out in Nigeria, where there's good sun and good environment. She likes to be outside and really take in everything. So she's always big into like prayer. So she kind of always prays after she speaks, which is kind of, I don't know if she's getting really, really old, but yeah, she does that. It's kind of a vibe.
What does she think about your all this stuff happening with you?
She doesn't really understand it, but she thinks it's cool, I guess.
So my great-grandson, he's off doing something. I don't know what, but he's doing awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, please send our love to your great-grandmother. That's awesome. We just met. You don't know this about me, but I am obsessed with the paranormal. Ghost, haunted houses. I've got a podcast called Paranormalish. I do this year-round. I talk to people who've had these crazy encounters. It's okay if you haven't, but have you had anything you would consider a paranormal encounter?
I thought I seen like an alien or a UFO once, but I don't know what it was.
Okay, you need to, being from London and spending time in Ireland, they have so many haunted hotspots.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you respectfully at some point, find one of these locations.
Yeah.
And I would, in particular, as you go on tour and travel and whatnot, I would love if you would find or request the haunted hotel room, because almost every hotel has a room like, don't go to room 314, the 7th floor, this happened.
Yeah.
If you would consider, would you consider, requesting the haunted room and staying there and letting me know what happens?
It's so funny. I actually definitely would. Because when I was young, when I was younger, most of my friends know this. Like, I used to watch horror films to scare myself. Like, but I used to watch them by myself. Like when no one was in the house.
Okay, we're friends.
Yeah, yeah.
What's some of your classics? Give me like.
Ooh, Exorcist.
The original.
Yeah, the original one. Yeah.
That one is okay. I've done every year I do a list around Halloween.
Yeah.
The Shining is one of my top, in the top.
That is top 10.
Exorcist.
Yeah.
You got Halloween, if you want to slasher, Michael Myers. The Conjuring.
Conjuring is amazing.
Jordan, have you ever been starstruck? You meet somebody like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm standing next to this person. I don't know if Kehlani would fall into that category or not, but have you been starstruck?
Yeah, but like after I've met the person, like it's funny me saying it. If he hears this, he's probably gonna laugh. Yeah, Jaden Smith.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's kind of weird because it's like you see someone and like from being younger, I was such a fan. I still am a fan, but like such a big fan. Like I was literally almost a fan page at one point. It's just funny because like when you see them in real life, it's just like, yeah, I'm screaming in my head, but I have to act cool.
Have you like floated it out there? Hey, let's do a collab at some point. Or
I would
like
love that. I would love that. I love Jaden Smith. Like,
why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't that work? I mean, you got a Kehlani collab. I mean,
there we go.
Can I tell you? I know you love this guy. Can I tell you who I met that really kind of like blew? Because I'm a huge fan of Michael Jackson.
Oh, me too.
In 2003, I met him at Neverland Ranch, and I was just we had a cake fight.
No way.
I hosted a fundraiser up there, and cake fight with Michael Jackson at Neverland Ranch. I'll show you pics
iconic.
later.
Oh, that's good.
And I heard you were a big fan of Michael, so I'm not saying
massive fan of Michael Jackson. Yeah,
that's one guy. At 15 years after his death, 40 years after his prime, he's still influencing, which is something you're going to do.
100%.
Hey, being from London, are you a fan of British tea?
This is crazy. I've only drank tea twice in my life.
Shut the hell! I was about to ask you how to make a proper cup of British tea, but you've had in your life twice.
Yeah, 2. I've only had 2 cups. I've never drank. I've drank coffee once.
What do you drink?
Water and fizzy drinks.
Being London 2 times.
2 times in my life. Yeah.
Was it like really bad and you just didn't want to try it again?
Nah, I think maybe because my mom used to make me make it almost every day, and I just never took a sip of it. I don't know why.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's really strange.
All right, so okay, water. Maybe that's what. If your great grandmother has any influence in just whatever she drinks, I don't want to drink that.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on with you. The sky's the limit, but so far, man, I mean, you're just killing it. Family, friends, reaction to what's going on. What are they saying?
They've been excited, especially like my sisters. Like my sisters love it because they're just like, that's their world. They love it. And like, they love all their like favorite, like kind of like influencers and people they look up to are doing videos to it. And that just like makes them so excited. And like, even my family, they've been so supportive. Like even in Nigeria, they're hearing it in Nigeria and they're just like going crazy about it. So that's good.
What a rush. And I'm sure you're showing up all over their timeline just 24/7. Same question to you. What's your reaction to all this stuff going
on? No, I'm excited. I'm glad. And like, even like, I'm happy that everyone's hearing it. People that love me and even people that hate me, I want them to hear it every day. I want it in your ear every single day.
Are you working on an album or an EP right now? I would imagine you are.
Definitely a project of some sort. how I'm gonna place it together. I'm still thinking about, but I'm just working on as many tracks as possible, and then I'm gonna pick and then put them into a good order.
Do you have a date or a time you're targeting, or just whenever it's ready? I guess
whenever it's ready. To be honest, at this point, yeah.
All right. What else do fans need to know about Jordan Adetunji? Jordan Adetunji.
I like gaming a lot. I like to play a lot of games, and I like
which games? What do you?
I like Tekken, Final Fantasy, old Assassin's Creeds. I like a lot of car games like Gran Turismo. Like, yeah, that's it really. Yeah,
dude, it's a real pleasure to meet you.
You too.
Congrats on everything. At the end of every interview, Jordan Adetunji, fist bump to make it official. Give me a little.
There we go.
Ah,
Boom.
yeah.
Boom.